As Big Ben strikes 10, the exit poll is predicting a Labour landslide.
If this is correct, Labour has indeed got a landslide.
We would have a majority for the Labour Party of 410.
The Conservative Party,
170 seats.
so often an election-winning machine, looks pulverised tonight.
Okay. The British public kicked Conservatives out because we got things wrong. They were right. We had not delivered on things we said we would do. We'd let them down. And I hate letting people down. A lot needs to be fixed in our country. I think the economy needs fixing. I think the NHS needs fixing. Our immigration system needs fixing. So much needs fixing. Politicians of all parties, for many decades now, have been saying they're going to do things and then not doing them. You can get problems solved. I stopped crazy laws that would have seen rapists being put in women's prisons. And I did that by making sure people understood the problem, people heard the truth, and by never giving up. And so you can win these things if you do the right thing. You get people supporting you, not necessarily people who support your party. And people like J.K. Rowling, for instance, she's not a Conservative supporter, she's a Labour supporter. But when you touch on values, when you touch on principles, when people can see that you're fighting for the vulnerable, for women and girls, for those who have no voice, they will support you. I think so many people take for granted what an amazing country we have. And I will never do that because I've lived somewhere else. I returned to this country, age 16, with £100 in my pocket. My first job was working at McDonald's. I met people from all walks of life, people who were doing the job for fun and others who were doing it like me so that they could eat and get around. I needed to do that just so I could survive. So I know what it's like not to have money. I know what it's like for everything to feel expensive or to go into a supermarket and have to think very carefully about what you can and cannot buy or eat. And I didn't like that feeling. And those feelings of anxiety, I don't want people to have. I have 3 amazing, very, very crazy, fun-loving kids who bring joy to my life. I want them to feel like life is good and things are going to be great. It's 2025. It's a new year, but I think everyone is worried. I think everyone is a bit nervous about the future. Things haven't been going well in the country for a while. And when you look ahead, there's no sign of things getting better. When your team loses in politics, you still want the other side to do well. Because if Labour does badly, then my mortgage goes up. Then food gets more expensive. Then the streets aren't safe. So you want whatever party, even if it's not your team, to be competent. And we're just not seeing that. The economy is getting worse. They clearly don't have a plan. People feel betrayed. I do think that many people feel that Keir Starmer is what is wrong with politics. Having somebody who is so disconnected from the everyday lives of people across the UK. Someone who thinks like a bureaucrat, who thinks like a lawyer, not like a leader. We need to look after our country. We need to love it. It's one of the reasons why I have such a tough line on immigration. I felt so angry when I heard the numbers. Even as a minister, I was told that the numbers would not be anywhere near that high. And that's on us. We were far too naive and we were not clear with the British people that immigration numbers were far, far too high because we didn't want to upset anyone. We need to be a place where we believe in patriotism and real citizenship, people who care about their community, they care about their neighbours, they want their society to be successful. People need to buy into British values and our way of doing things. And we need to remember that this country is our home. It's not a hotel, it's not a dormitory. We have to look after it. No one else will look after it. Politicians and leaders have been letting us down for a long time. They haven't been honest about the difficulties we face. I will tell the truth, whether it's popular or not. I will do what is right, not what is easy. I will listen to the people of our country and focus on their priorities. The Conservative Party is under new leadership. We are going to do things differently.